Welcome to EJH British Cars. Well, we've got a break in the kitchen remodel. We're waiting for the kitchen countertops to come in. They were measured for yesterday, and it takes a few weeks to do that. So I'm going to get back to work on the TR2 a little bit. So the bottom of the car is ready to put real paint on. It's all in Rust-Oleum right now. So I'm going to go underneath and just hand sand with some, I'm going to go with some Scotch-Brite pads underneath and just take a quick sand on all the Rust-Oleum paint, because it's been on there a little while, just to make sure there's no oxidized stuff on top, though I don't think that's the problem underneath the car. And make sure everything's clean, and then we'll mix up some proper epoxy primer and install it. So let's get started. Here's the inside of the car. These have not been primed with Rust-Oleum because these are the new floors that have the factory paint on them, so we'll just scuff those. Same thing for these side rails. Probably do up here underneath the dash too, because it's just easy to get to from down here. So we'll get it while it's on the lift. And of course back here. Now these spots are just overspray from the pickling compound to prep the metal. So that'll all come off with a quick rub. And I'll probably rub down the inside of these fenders like that. Here's one of the used Scotch-Brite pads. It's probably like 120 or something like that. But it's nice because it's porous, so it lets the dust fall through instead of plugging up really fast. So I'm going to walk through and sand on this. I don't think you'll really be interested in seeing that, so we'll just put you aside for now. And we'll get back to you when there's more to talk about. So I'm just giving this a light sanding. Nothing too fancy. Just make sure that whatever dirt may have gotten into it or whatever, it's clear. And now I'm going to wipe it down with grease and wax remover. So this is Custom Shop KW901. And we'll also have it in a spray form from Napa Auto Parts, part number 7234. So just put it on a rag and wipe the whole car down, or at least the parts I'm going to paint. So this is the ancient gun I like to use for primer. It's an Astro, but it's basically a copy of a Binks. It's a siphon feed, but I like to use it for primer. It works really good for primer, particularly if you're using heavier primers, like the thick primers that you use for removing scratches and stuff. This works really well for that. And I'm using House of Color Foundation Surface Sealer, and it's mixed 4 parts of this, 1 part KDA 3000 hardener, and we're using some reducer, just a little, doesn't really need very much. So just mix this up the way, 4 parts paint, 1 part reducer, 1 part hardener, though I think I may go to just maybe half a part of reducer. So make up some more paint. Put it through these strainers just in case there's any lumps or bits of hair or anything else. Usually get these where you get your paint. They often will give them to you for free with stir sticks. This is a measuring sticks, which makes it easy to mix. It's got just a whole bunch of different gradations because it doesn't matter 4 parts of whatever measure you want. So we're running the gun at about 40 psi. I've shot some already. You can see it goes on pretty evenly. You see, this is the spray. You adjust how wide the fan is by that top knob. It adjusts the air into the tip. So like when I shot the back of the spare tire cover, I used an arrow so it would throw it a long way. Then most of the time you use it for width to cover a wider area. And we did both the floors, all the spare tire underneath, did all 4 of the inner fenders, did just a little bit on the back valance, this inner fender, front inner fenders, both sides, and we also did up underneath the dashboard, just a little bit there. So that was, well, I just put my gun away and cleaned it up and came back out, so it's been 15 or 20 minutes since I stopped painting, and it's dry to the touch. I'll admit it's about 80 degrees out today, so it makes it faster, but I use slow reducer. Pretty amazing. Well, here's the gun I use for shooting color. It's a HVLP, which is high volume, low pressure top feed gun. It's a Sharp. I've had it 25 years. And I have a water separator on it. Here's the paint. It's from TCP Global, this restoration shop. It's acrylic urethane. It's 4 parts paint, 1 part reducer hardener, and up to 1 part reducer. Been using about a half a part lately. It's because it's so hot, it dries really fast anyway. And then, of course, you just clean with lacquer. It's a little different with red on it. So I did all 4 inner fenders in red. And I got the back of the valance and the inside of the spare tire carrier. Another inner fender. Front inner fenders. And we did the underfloor and the sills, dry shaft tunnel, spare tire carrier, all in through here. Oh, reasonably well. Didn't do a lot of prep work on this, so it's not ultra smooth finish, and there's only 2 coats on it. You can get up into the upper body, we're putting paint on a bit heavier. I hope you enjoyed that. To me, it's a pretty big step to be able to put real color on the car instead of just, welding and priming and welding and priming. I seem to have been doing that for months, because I probably have been. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and we'll see you next time.